Hi guys, I'm Hunter with Bible Outdoors, and on this week's Tech Tuesday, I'm going to be doing a segment going over shoulder health for archers and how to keep your shoulders healthy. And it seems kind of ironic that I'm going to be doing this segment because I'm only 17 and I've had 2 labral tears and I've had to get them surgically repaired on both shoulders. And so this past 3 years or so, I've had a lot of shoulder problems that have accumulated through wrestling and years of weightlifting with bad form. But now I feel that I've learned from my mistakes, and I feel that I can help you guys with some exercises that'll strengthen up the muscles around your shoulder. And if you're having problems, a lot of times it'll make the problems go away and your shoulders will feel better. So this week I'm going to talk about more about the strengthening side of the stabilizing muscles around the shoulders instead of the mobility side. I've always had great mobility, so I haven't learned too much about that. But you need good mobility to have a good foundation to work off of. Mobility is probably the first thing you should work off of. If you get your shoulders to where you have good mobility here and you're not tight all the time, then you can move into strengthening exercises so your shoulder will be more stable. So you're going to need a little bit of space and a little bit of weight, and I'm going to break this up into 2 categories. The first category or group is going to be kind of general strength, so all the muscles around the shoulder. It's going to be general strength, and then the second category I'm going to go into is muscles that will help you stabilize your shoulder better. And the stabilizing really helps if you have some sort of labral tear that makes your shoulder unstable or anything like that, and it just helps a lot with shoulder pain, and even shooting. If you have a more stable shoulder, you're going to be able to shoot better. Now, one thing that I want to point out is if you're doing a weight training program where you're lifting heavy on your upper body, these first several exercises that I'm doing are not going to be completely necessary, but it would be beneficial to do them as a warm-up before your workout. Your workouts will go a lot better because your joints will be all nice and warm, and if you have any popping or clicking, sometimes this will help to get all the blood flowing in there. But these are not going to be completely necessary if you already do a weight training program. The other sets of exercises that are stabilizing exercises are going to be beneficial whether you weight train or not. So I would do those. You can do those before or after your workouts. It really doesn't matter. I try to do the general strength exercises 3 times a week, and the stabilizing exercises, you can do them every day if you want to. That's what I did starting out, but after you get a good amount of strength built up, you really only need 4 times a week max. So the first exercise I'm doing is going to be a dumbbell row, and I'm going to be doing 2 sets of these, and you don't need to use real heavy weight. I think I'm using 20 pounds, but I didn't even start at 20. I think I started at 10 or something, but that was because I had shoulder surgery. So I'm up to 20, but you never really need to go real heavy unless you're actually trying to build muscle. If you're just trying to protect your shoulders, it's probably going to be more beneficial to go light. So probably no more than 20 if you're just trying to get shoulder stability. So I'm going to be doing 2 sets of 15 to 20 reps. Here we go. So some tips are, I'm going to be starting in this position, which is scapular retraction. And so my shoulder blades are pinned together. I'm not slouched forward. But one thing that is really beneficial is if you don't have good control of your scapula, you should start the first several weeks by doing the exercise starting from the relaxed position and then retracting your scapula up and then going into the row. And then back down, relax, retract, up, relax, up. Doing that will help you control your scapula and provide more stability. After you get a certain amount of control of your scapula, you really don't need to do that, and you can just go into regular reps with your scapula stationary. So like I said, not using a lot of weight. You just really want to pull through the elbows on that row so you can feel the muscle of the back working, and then just control the weight. Now the next thing I want to talk about is just general posture. So if you're standing like this or sitting, slouched over throughout the day, and this is exaggeration, but if you're standing like this all day, that's going to become a habit, and when you're like this, it's really not a good position for your shoulders to do anything from. So proper posture is, stand up straight, let your arms come back, your shoulders come back, and head neutral, neck neutral, and this is good posture. This is where your shoulders want to be naturally, and this is going to provide a good base to work from. The next exercise I'm going into is lat extension, and basically what that is I'm just going to lean over parallel, retract the scapula, and then you just extend your arms to your back and just squeeze the lats and control the weight. Again, I'm going to be doing 15 to 20 reps. So the next exercise I'm going into is going to be kind of a front delt raise. So if this is where you're facing and this is straight out, this is to the side, you want to be right in the middle, 45 degrees, and then you're just going to be going up to parallel, and then back down, up, back down, up, back down, and we're going to do 15 to 20 reps, and we're just going to control the weight. Now again, that's real lightweight. This is only 7 pounds. I think I started at only 3. Alright, next thing, standing dumbbell press. So we're keeping our elbows in that same plane of 45 degrees. We're just going up, and then back down, up, back down, and we're doing 15 to 20 reps again. We're going to be doing that for all the exercises, that rep scheme. So that's all we're going to do for the general strength exercises, and now we're going to be going into some stability exercises. So the first thing I want to talk about is the external rotation, which is going to be a little bit more beneficial to most people, because most people have overdeveloped internal rotators, which comes from the bad slouch posture that I talked about earlier. So you really want to focus on developing your external rotators, so it brings your posture back into line and you have a stable joint. So what you're going to need is a band like this, and you just put it on a door or something. If you don't have a band, you can use really light weight. Just lay on your side and just hold the weight and go like this. So you just get good posture, and you rotate out, go back down, rotate out, go back down. You're going to do 15 to 20 reps. Like pretty much everything that we're going to be doing. We're going to do 2 sets of that, just like every other exercise we're doing. The next thing we want to go into is internal rotation. So like I said earlier, this isn't quite as important, but if you have bands, it's still good to work on it to get a little bit more stability. So you're just going to put some tension in the band, and you're going to start right here, so it's basically just the reverse of what we just did. And we're going to do 15 to 20 reps, just like this. Alright, the next thing we're going to go into is I think stability ball circles. I think that's what this is called. But you just get into position with a little bit of lean. And I'm going to do 2 sets of 15 reps each way with just little circles to warm up. And then I'll show you what we're going to do after that. Alright, so the next thing we're going to go into is star patterns, and we're going to get a little bit of lean, and then we're just going to draw stars, and I'm going to be doing probably 12 reps for 2 sets. And just focus on really controlling the motion, even though this ball is going to be wanting to force you out in different directions. So now we're going to be going into the last several exercises, which are going to require just very light weight. This is only 3 or 4 pounds. And the last thing we're going to do is it's somewhat of a rear delt extension, but instead of doing it like this, which can tear up your shoulders because of the rotation, depending on how you do it, you want to keep your arm so thumb up, but you're going to be laying down. Try to keep your thumb up as much as your mobility allows you to, and that's going to help clear the tendons in there and just make sure everything glides nice and smooth in your shoulder. So 10 to 15 reps here, and we're going to be doing 2 sets, and just try to really control the weight, keep your scapula retracted. The last exercise I'm going to show you is another external rotation exercise, and what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be laying parallel with our arm out to our side. We're just going to be rotating up, and we're going to try to do 10 to 15 reps. Alright, that's all I have for you guys. I've noticed that all these exercises really do help with shoulder pain and just shoulder stability. And so if you're having any shoulder pain or shoulder issues, be sure to give these a try and let us know how it works out for you. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure you subscribe to Battle Ball Outdoors.